Yo, YouTube, what up? It's YT back with another video. This is part 2 of this series. I'm pretty much the one that popped this series off. Got people talking about this topic, I feel like, man. Celebrities are going broke. My last video got over 250,000 plays on it. And ever since then, I've been seeing a couple more of these videos across YouTube. And I've been seeing celebrities even speaking out about other celebrities going broke. So I feel like I played my part. I'm gonna give myself my credit. I just need every single person to thumbs up this video that's watching, man. Give it a like. If you're brand new to the channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button so you can join the family. And ring the post notification bell so you can be notified exactly when I post. Let's hear people talk. Y'all gonna see quite a few familiar names. Once again, y'all know how these videos go. Pretty much everybody on this video you might know. If not, it might be a few you might not. But all of these people famous. And they all talking about how celebrities are going broke. I just love the fact this ain't no secret no more. At one point in time, the industry was a facade. They tried to hide it. But everything being exposed. Nah. Let's get into it, y'all.
Yeah, but you have more money than we have, Fantasia.
You don't know that.
Okay.
A lot of artists that you see, they look like they have it. And we smile and we come out and we put on a good show. But in real life, some of them are struggling and we don't have it. I'm just now building myself back up. I lost everything twice. So I cook my own food. I don't need no chef. I'm from North Carolina.
Remember, when these artists sign a deal, they only get to keep 10 to 12% of their royalties. Everything else go to their record label. 10 to 12%. Remember that number, right? But let's talk about the New Boys. If you're around my age, you remember the New Boys. They had some of the biggest hits. Their whole first album was pretty much huge. Well, it was two of them. They was a group. So they only get 5% each. I didn't even think about it. They got to split that 10%. So Ben J got 5% and Legacy got 5%. They not doing so good right now. Let's hear Ben J talk about it. If y'all wonder where he been at, I'm about to show y'all how he been.
And that's the thing, bro. These contracts are up and they're very sneaky, bro. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. You don't. And I'm going to tell you 1,000 times, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. And we signed with no guidance, no nothing. We signed. Like, we signed a deal twice. We signed a deal when we were 17, right? We wasn't getting nothing. We wasn't getting nothing between, like, we wasn't getting nothing, bro. Like, the lawyer, the managers we hired in the record label, they was getting everything, all of our publishing, everything, bro. And then we found somebody, you know what I'm saying, and to go over the contract. He said, these contracts don't look good, bro. I got a lawyer. At least we getting 5%. At least I'm getting 5%. I'm going to tell you the truth now. But damn, 90%, bro? 90%? What the fuck is y'all doing? You ain't doing nothing, bro. Nothing. I do nothing. I was reading my contract. I was reading some parts where it said you had to turn in a record like every 48 hours. We had to come up with the plan for the budget. They had to approve it. This is our music. It's our intellectual property. I know we get our masters back after like 30 years though. So like in 30 years, I'm gonna be old as f.
Them boys got did dirty, I ain't gonna lie. Couple things stood out to me off of this one. First of all, like I said, they only get 5%. 2, he said they had to turn in a song every 48 hours. They was overworking them boys. They was working them boys like slaves. You gotta turn in a hit every 2 days. So pretty much what that tell me is they knew they had a little time. We about to milk them while they hot. Another thing, they get their masters back after 30 years. Ain't nobody finna be playing them songs in 30 years. That's not timeless music. That was music for that time only.
These celebrities are really broke.
This is for The Wire. DVD sales, $11. So, of course, what do I get? A whopping lump sum of $10.80. Then this, The Wire again, DVD sales, yeah. A whopping $7.03. Ooh, I can't wait to spend all this. It's gonna be a good time. We in the club tonight. Bottles on me.
Whole time we used to think they had nice back ends. We used to think those royalty checks was something decent. Come to find out, nobody getting no decent royalty check. Pretty much in the acting world, you get paid what you get paid. After you get paid for that role, you're paid in full. You might as well look at it like that because those royalties not going to add up to nothing. Whatever you negotiate is what you make.
They said Justin Bieber is broke, okay? They said Diddy gone and so is his money. Now, I don't know if Diddy is connected to his money being gone, but coincidentally, when he came into the industry, he was with Diddy. He had money. Now that Diddy is out of the industry, he's looking for his money. Not only is he looking for his $300 million net worth, in 2023 of June last year, he sold his catalog for $200 million and looked up, and that money gone too. Now, you know we just had a baby, and it's not until we start having kids is when we want to grow up. Let's talk about it. It's either a kid, a mortgage, or a car payment is when life really start lifing. And you got something that you got to take care of every month. No matter what you do, you wake up on the 30th, you got to pay that money. Hailey Bieber, but she a bald one, ain't she? So her daddy broke right now too, right? He in court right now for that wrongful unaliving for accidentally shooting that lady while they was filming a movie. His funds is stopped too. And he told that man that he was going to be able to take care of his daughter. He wouldn't have no problems. But they said Bieber so broke, he is trying to sue the people that he feels took advantage of him, but he can't even afford to sue them. Not only is he broke, but like he's looking to sue allegedly Scooter Braun, his managers, guess anybody recently that's been around him, because he can't even afford. They said that if he doesn't get it together in the next year, he gonna have to move. He need Diddy out of jail. Diddy will give him a raise if he go over there to the house. Didn't Cat Williams say that Diddy offered him $50 million a party? So Diddy was paying these boys to party. They weren't partying for free, paying Young Miami, all his hoes and everything like that. And so Bieber is trying to figure out where it went. Now, I think it did go to partying. Not only did it go to him splurging, it went to that church, because remember, he had went up under that pastor with all them tattoos and stuff that was baptizing him and kissing him in the mouth too. He gonna call his boyfriend, Jaden Smith, and ask him for some money. Will Smith got it.
I'm saying, what type of splurging is y'all doing to blow through millions? We're not talking about just 1 million, 2 million. That's a lot of money still. But we talking about hundreds of millions. Man, if I had that type of money, I wouldn't blow through that in a lifetime. My kids would still have parts to that money.
How do you make $200 million and you're broke?
What is the answer to that question, by the way? Because I've always been curious about that. I found people that make a lot of money quick, especially in the celebrity industry, also lose it just as quickly. How does that happen?
In music specifically, they have this theory you have to look like money to make money. Well, that's completely false. You're already a fucking star. You don't have to look like shit. You just have to be who you are. But the problem is, everybody has this idea of, okay, if you don't look like money, you're not making money. So you spend your money on all these cars and jewelry and houses for MTV Cribs and kind of play this facade that you're successful. I think the idea of success is fortune in actuality, right? Yeah. But the problem is, if you don't understand what success really is, which is freedom in my eye, everybody's different what they believe success is, but freedom covers every sector. Long as you're free to do what you want, when you want to do it, how you want to do it. And that's spiritually, financially, whatever. To me, that's success. Because when you can't do that, you're not successful. You're still working for the man, or working to become, or working to survive, or working to thrive.
As Kanye would say, new slaves. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that was a real good way of putting it. Success really not a dollar amount. Success is freedom. So you have your own definition of success, but in order to become free, you have to first free your mind. Then you have to become financially free. Once you become financially free, you can become free overall. Because he who controls your finances controls your life. So if you want to control your life, control your finances, and everything else will follow. That's game, y'all. Let's get back into it.
You talked about at one point, before you kind of shifted careers, that you went broke before.
Yeah, for sure.
As a rapper or before being a rapper?
As a rapper.
As a rapper.
Yeah.
So tell me about that whole situation.
Trying to keep up with the Joneses, right? It's a couple $1,000s on sweaters, a couple $1,000 on outfit. I look in my closet, and then I look at my bank account. I'm like, man, this shit ain't right, And like me and Kevin Gates, I fuck with Gates.
Like, I used to talk to Gates a lot. He like, man, baby, man, like, fuck all that shit, man. Like, you can only wear that shit one time, man. And you know what I'm saying? Like, he like, bro, he said, baby, I spend $300 a month. And he like, I buy a Nike jogging suit, some polo shirts, socks, and one pair of Air Force Ones. He said, I wear that shit. He said, I wear that shit all month. He like, what somebody gonna say to me, baby? If somebody wanna talk about me, call me dirty, I'm gonna put out 50,000 in their face. And I'm like, he said he spent 300 and he got way more money than me at that time, you know? And I'm like, man, I'm spending about 6-7 grand at least. So
yeah,
I'm like, bro, I'm doing something wrong. That just always stuck with me. So then I just started, you know, changing it. Like, man, I gotta lower my expenses, man, you know?
Yeah, I remember when I interviewed Trick Daddy, he said, if you look in your closet, in your driveway, and you see more money that's in your bank account, you're a damn fool.
For sure, yeah.
So including your driveway. If you got a bunch of cars and you don't have that money in your bank account,
yeah,
you fucking up.
Yeah, but that's everybody, Vlad. Well, I ain't gonna say everybody, but most people.
Most people got more money in their driveway and closet, though. Like bro said, most people do. And they deem that successful just because they got a nice car. Oh, I'm successful. Or, oh, he's successful. He has a nice car. But how much money you got? Because the average American, no matter what material possessions they got, they one paycheck from being homeless and don't got $500 to $1,000 in savings. So you mean to tell me you can have all of these material possessions and feel like you successful and made it in life, but you only ain't got 1,000? 1,000 like the new 100. The goal is to have a fat bank account and to have what they call FU money. Have your investments paying for your bullshit, your fun items, your toys, your vacations, you know, your wants out of life. That's what it's all about, man. That's the right way to do it.
Brittany Renner says her new lifestyle has left her broke with nowhere to stay. So you got Brittany Renner basically claiming that, you know, she's broke out here and has nowhere to stay after turning Muslim, right? Brittany Renner has been on this new wave for, I believe, maybe a couple months. So in a couple months, you done went broke, huh? I believe this is just an excuse for Brittany Renner to sooner or later go back to the way she used to move right now. Maybe she was getting calls for other things to show up to places. But if you're getting calls for interviews and things like that, I don't see how you being Muslim would affect that. But she claims ever since she changed her lifestyle, she is now broke.
Okay, now, he said he don't see how her going Muslim can make her broke. I'm going to just say this. We got her and we got Black China, right? These are two people that they basically were Jezebel spirits, using their body to attract rich men. Once they, quote unquote, went saved, that everything that they got from before, it went with them. It went right out that door. This is just something I noticed. After they got, quote unquote, saved, all of that money went with them because they got that the wrong way. So how you going to say you living for the Most High and still have all of the possessions that came from the devil?
I spent $1 million in 30 minutes, my first $1 million check.
You make $30-40 million. How could you? To me, it's unbelievable how you could be broke.
It's actually easy. Let me explain. So I used to get my checks up front. What I did was I brought a Mercedes-Benz for myself for $150,000. You said to yourself, 1 million minus 150, you still got 850 left. I get home, Jazz, and my dad was like, man, I like that car. And I was like, you know what? Went and brought him the same car. So now that's $300,000. It's got $700,000 left. So now we come home, and then I can't leave my mom out, Chaz. And then, I got to get the jewelry, and I got to get the sound system and the wheel. I get a call from the bank manager, and he pulls out the bank statement. And I'm upset, because, you always hear these stories about how people steal money. So the first thing I asked the bank manager, I was like, who the fuck is FICA? FICA took $200,000 on my check. Who the fuck is FICA? I don't know FICA. When I told I was getting $1 million, in my head I had $1 million, but I didn't know nothing about income tax and FICA and state tax.
I got to give it to these celebrities. A lot of them got good hearts, though. They put their cell phone, they put their families and friends on. But then their money gone. And then they be in the hole because they don't know nothing about taxes. This your first big check. You don't even know nothing about no taxes. You got to pay what? I got to pay who? They get how much?
A lot of times when you see that an athlete went quote unquote broke, you tend to look at that athlete and say what the average person would say.
How could that possibly happen?
How
That's
could that
ridiculous.
possibly
That would never
happen?
happen to
He's
me.
a
The
dummy.
billionaire.
He's an idiot.
Yeah, he blowing it all on girls and cars.
Totally.
And irresponsible, blah, blah, blah. Now, when you are a young man and you do sign that first deal and you know that you've got some money coming towards you, what happens then?
You want to buy your mom that house. You want to buy your dad that truck.
Of course.
You want to have your brothers and sisters be able to pursue the dreams and the careers that they often had and use your money to do it.
But it must extend beyond the immediate family.
It's everybody that you run into. Literally.
Everybody that you knew growing up somehow, some way kind of reached out.
Yes, indeed. You have family members that you never would have thought. You have friends with the best business ideas that can make both of you rich, but the only thing that the idea needs to come to life is your money.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to lose money fast, I'll tell you 3 ways. Record label, restaurant, clothing line.
Okay.
And here's a couple of more for the fine print. Loans.
But they're going to turn around and make so much money from that loan, though, Jalen.
They're not paying it back.
When do you learn to say no?
You learn to say no when you're about to get into your second contract and you realize you spent your first one.
Really?
Yes.
And that's when you start saying, you know what? I can't do this again. I can't be looking at another contract.
Please don't do it. Because you're telling yourself then, I spent this first contract helping everybody out, including myself. And you laugh at all of the dumb purchases you made. And plus, you're older. So you're not going to make the same dumb mistakes that you were making earlier in your career. That's just an absolute fact. And that's why I like the Broke documentary, because it shows people that lost it from their agents. It shows people that lost it because their parents and divorces and having too many kids.
What was one of your biggest financial regrets?
We talked about the Virtu phone.
Yes, we did. We did.
Okay. I was an
$10,000
idiot
cell
that
phone.
spent $10,000 on a phone called a Virtu. You can Google it right now.
I did.
Yes, I did that.
The mansion? What about the mansion?
The mansion. I need to bring that in one day. The mansion is a bracelet that I bought that's the size of Ray Lewis's neck.
And you've never worn it out?
I actually have wore it out.
Okay.
I was a part of the bling bling era.
Okay.
I was rocking that thing.
This the thing, man. Financial literacy is not taught in school. These people get money, they immediately blow it on liabilities. Man, I ever get that type of money, I'm staying broke. And when I say that, I'm going to live like I'm broke still, and I'm going to invest all the money. Me, I invest every dollar. Every dollar I got is an employee. So it got to go out and make more. Turn 1 into 2, 2 into 4.
I had a conversation earlier today. I'm not even sure this number is correct, but it said like 78% of NFL players eventually, this was like 20 years ago, eventually go broke or file
Within
for
4 or 5
bankruptcy.
years after they retire.
So our OGs are not doing us a favor. The financial institutions aren't doing anything about it. How can I be the same statistic 20 years ago and we're not getting better? So 1, we've got to do a better job of educating each other. 2, me in my new role at UBS, the financial institutions have to step up and start doing a better job of how we deal with each other. But more importantly, we've got to start looking at who our true role models are. You are not a role model because you got money. You're not a role model because you got money. You're not a role model because you got money. Role models need to be people who are educated in finance when it comes to our money.
This will blow my mind. Over 70% of athletes go broke, and there's no type of financial advisors that the league gives to their players. Remember Delonte West, the old NBA player. He down bad on the streets, homeless. And we hear these stories time and time again, whether it be the musicians or the athletes. It's a different game, but it's still the same. These people end up with nothing after putting all that work in, after being worldwide sensations. Why ain't nobody helping them? Why is nobody speaking about financial literacy? Why are they not giving financial advisors? This money come into our people's hands and leave our hands just as quick as they get it. No generational wealth being built, nothing being passed down. Real legacy is something that you could pass down, not just being able to say, oh, this was a great athlete.
And it take us 5 years after that to go broke. Easy numbers game. I do it like this. You make $5 million 2.5 of that gone. You got agent fees, probably another 50 of that gone. You got your dues. A lot of people don't know we got dues for the NBPA.
So
yeah,
what?
you got dues. So everybody put their money in the pot. So you figure you got 450 NBA players. I think the dues is 15 to 20 grand a year. Everybody put it in the pot. That's how we able to get our health care and all of that type of shit.
I didn't know that.
Then you got your personal staff.
Right,
Financial
yeah.
advisor, there's probably 1%. Agent at a high number is gonna get 4%.
Right.
But you can negotiate from 1 to 4.
Okay.
So before you look up, you probably at 1.5 million off of 5 with nothing. And these Benzes that we keep talking about in these mansions and shit, these girlfriends and these Chanel bags. Before you know it, you not a millionaire no more.
Right.
You a high thousandaire. On paper, you can tell a motherfucker, fuck you, I'm a millionaire.
Right.
In real life, a lot of that pie gone. So again, and we 17, 18-year-old kids, these are our first experiences. It's gonna take us, I don't care what you go to school for, it's gonna take you 5-6 years of that experience to even realize what's happening to you. I was, hey listen, man, I had a week. I bought a Ferrari and a Lamborghini in the same week, and I rationalized it with my financial advisor, and he was like, I can't legally tell you what to do with your money, but I don't think that's a good decision.
Right.
And I said, it's cool, I'll make a bunch of this shit. I did. But I was young.
What year was this? What year? You remember?
Man, I had to be 24. I had to be 24, 25 years old.
So it was like the 6th or 7th season?
2012. But no, like you want to enjoy some of this stuff too,
Yeah,
bro.
you do.
Like
You do.
you want to
You do.
enjoy it. And so that's how athletes go broke. A lot of people think it's like you just got a reckless spending habit.
Yeah.
It ain't that we got reckless
Not
spending
that.
habits. We just got crazy overhead. And once the checks stop, it gets completely different.
Going broke in 5 years after having 5 million, that's crazy. So the average athlete go broke after 5 years. You better off working a 9 to 5. At least you got you a 401k, you got you a pension, and you can live off of that. Pretty much these people, they have to invest their money. They have to be smart. Otherwise, what is they gonna do? You worked your youth away. You can't play no more. And now you don't got no money after doing all of that? Went to college and everything. But they don't want to see these people win for real. If so, they would show them the way so they could continuously prosper. But yeah, man, celebrities going broke, man. This is the reason why. No financial literacy is being taught to them. They don't know nothing about nothing, to be real, other than how to blow that money and play them sports or record that music. But yeah, man, drop a comment below. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. Which part was the most surprising to y'all? Me hearing about Justin Bieber, that was the most surprising one to me. I ain't gonna lie. Appreciate y'all watching, man. It's YT. Peace.